Is there more to life than what we know? Written by world-renowned psychic medium Joseph Labruto III. Through this amazing collection of channeled messages, you will find the answers to the most basic questions asked by humanity. This book is truly a spiritual journey and awakening to find God. Ron Ash, book reviewer, said, "I found this book extremely difficult to put down." To order your copy of Is There More to Life Than What We Know, visit us at OurJourneyOfLife.com. It's time to align your mind, body, and soul. Joseph Labruto III received off-planet symbols and colors that carry a specific vibration. Each symbol serves a specific function, such as improving happiness, clarity, intuition, and more. Joseph has put these energetically activated symbols into a set of cards. Now you can benefit from these vibrationally excited symbols. For your set of these cards, go to OurJourneyOfLife.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Belle.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm gonna do our special little start of our show.
Nice.
I love it. I just see it and it relaxes me. Remember, this is meant to bring you into the present moment. Let the past go. Give it to the sounds. Forget about the future. It doesn't even exist. We are here right now. This is the only moment in reality that exists for us. Here we go. Okay. Happy Monday, Jen.
Happy Monday.
What'd you do this weekend?
I was feeling a little under the weather, but doing better now.
Were you? I went and saw. Where did I go? Where was I this weekend? I was at Hard Rock again. I went and I saw the John Mayer. I saw John Mayer. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's truly like a gifted musician. So that was pretty amazing. And then we hung out there for, it's right up the street. It's about 45 minutes. So I recently learned how to play poker.
How's that going?
Well, I do work with cards for a living.
Wow.
Some of my metaphysical friends are like, I think you can shoot that energy into the card. So while I'm there playing poker, I'm like, come on, guys, hook it up. I have to be honest. I am not. I'm pretty good at poker. So
that's good.
They didn't really tell you couldn't use your psychic abilities to manifest.
We have to fund all of this somehow, right?
Exactly. I think I might become a professional poker player. Really. So I've been receiving so many downloads recently, just a lot of information coming through that we have this ascension happening. We're aware of that. See, it's funny because for me, I feel like it's such common knowledge. Like, I know we have this ascension of the planet. We have Publix, Starbucks, and the ascension of the planet.
It is just that normal for us.
It is just that normal for us. And I forget that it might not be that normal for everyone. I'd love to hear from you guys. Are you aware that Earth is ascending? Are you aware that we are most definitely, I would like to say most likely, but definitely spliced with our star family? So, our star family came to Earth. It was a beautiful, habitable planet. And there's lots of signs that we are sharing this planet. We are not alone here. I feel like we know this already. Like Starbucks, Publix, we are not alone. I don't know how much of this is mainstream. I'm not sure if I come out sounding very bizarre or is this normal now? During COVID, the CIA released all these files, right? I haven't read them because to me, it's like, oh, this is old news already.
I already knew that, right?
What I think many people might not be aware of is the fact that just because our human government has chosen not to share the information with us openly, still making us sound a little kooky, but for those who are still watching the news every day, I don't know that you'd be watching our show, but so what our star family is doing is they're communicating through us telepathically. They might not be able to reach our televisions and they may not be able to reach us directly. And there are forces at work that are trying to stop their communication. That is not stopping their communication at all. So we are being communicated with by our star family to assist in the ascension of the planet because they need us. They need us on board to help elevate the vibrations because there is other vibrations, other energies at play that have a reason to keep us
low vibration.
Yeah. And it's even more than that, so they're feeding off of our low vibrations. There's a There's an energy, which I believe you feel or know as well. I don't know if you've read this anywhere, but what I feel, a lot of this I don't necessarily read in books because I prefer to channel the information. It helps me to get it through a little clearer. So sometimes I don't have the whole picture, but I do feel that there is, it's a star race, an alien race of some sort. It is feeding on our energy. We're an energy source for them, and it's not the high vibrational energy that they want. It's the lower, heavier, denser energy that we create, such as depression, sadness, suicide, anger, irritation, exhaustion. Just so when we're feeling really low and really tired and really exhausted, and we just are having a hard time even kind of functioning, that's where they want us. They're like, yes, so that's where the whole like money situation's coming from, and the whole inflation situation, because we're all struggling financially now. We're struggling with our works and our jobs. The thing is that they're placing value on, don't get me wrong, I drive my Jeep and I like Michael Kors and my nails done, but it's really all meant to keep us very low. Like if my nails aren't done, do I feel less person if I can't afford, let's say, to get my hair done because they've made it seem like getting your hair done is so important, or driving that car is so important, keeping up with the Joneses. So they're really distracting us,
and fear as well. Fear is a huge tool that's used. And
fear is the number one
outlet.
Yes. Fear is the number one, Jen. Number one is fear. They want to create fear in us because I guess they're eating it or something.
Control and like low vibration are the outcomes of that. They get control over, and then also, you can't raise your vibration if you're scared.
Yeah. And exhausted from working too much. You can't pay your bills, and our cars are struggling, and our lives are struggling, and our kids are struggling, and the food that we're eating is toxic. And our environment.
Can't leave Publix without spending $100 for nothing. It's, I don't know how a lot of people are making ends meet, so they get really down. It's hard to get them out of that slump.
Yeah. And then I'm not trying to come on here to be all gloom and doom, y'all, but I'm letting you know that we have a choice and there's a way to combat it and fight it and elevate past it. But keep in mind, once you decide to do that, we really are in a science fiction movie. I'm just going to tell you that we are. So when you join forces with us to fight them, because that's kind of what we're doing now. We don't fight them with anger or violence because that's what they want. That's how they come in through the back door. This isn't right. We're going to fight. We're going to boycott. No, they're like, all right, we don't have to do much. They're doing it themselves. So believe it or not, to combat them is, the complete opposite of low vibrational energies, which are high vibrational energy. Because in the high vibrational energy, that's where the planet can ascend. If we all, and that's why you're like, oh, I'm just one person. What can I do? I'm just one person. That's how it all starts. I'm just one person. That's the only thing I can do. In fact, I can do nothing else. You're right. You're right. You have me there. I can do nothing else. I cannot heal the planet. I cannot ascend the planet. I cannot get starving, children in Africa food. I can't. But what I can do only one thing. And that's to take care of my energy at all costs. Because it's really that important. And I'm going to impress it because it's actually really that important for us to be monitoring our energy. Because the more of us that are monitoring the health of our energy, that will spread. That's why we're here. That's why I'm on here talking and doing this. We're not asking for any money. We're here giving readings. We're here healing, and we're doing it for the planet. We are straight up doing this for the planet. It's what we can do. I can do nothing else but monitor my energy. Now, is that a struggle every day? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because every single day I'm waking up to, 12,000 things that I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm tired and there's just a lot going on, but I have to then, I'm going to impress upon you. I'm going to push it. Pick a side. You're on our side. You put in the work. So what is that? Meditations. Wake up in the morning. Yes, you're so busy. You have to run out of the house. Your alarm is going off. You didn't get your eyelashes curled correctly. Think about your priorities. Wake up a few minutes earlier. Make sure you're reading your meditation books. Make sure you're listening to your masters that are on YouTube, that are in your ear, audible.com. I have 25 ascended masters, practicing masters, all saying the same thing. I'm not saying any different than any of them. My words may be a bit different because my interpretations are a bit different, but you're going to hear this information an infinite number of times because this information is coming through to us it's coming through to all of us. And some of us have it's the coincidence and the information is coming through so strong, which we consider ourselves channels, but you're all channels. Everyone listening is a channel. Everyone on this planet is a channel, but what are you channeling? What are you channeling? Are you channeling the lower vibrations where, okay, so we have an option. And I always go back to the neighbor leaving the trash out in the curb and you hit it with your car and there's trash everywhere. Implement any annoying situation ever. Someone cutting you off, someone being rude at, Starbucks, someone with a 12,000, sandwich order. And you're like, what the? Right? All those things that you experience every single day. That's where your choice begins. That's where your choice begins because we have a choice. So let's say that the neighbor banged over the trash can. My instant choice is going to be irritation. What the was that neighbor think? What, he can't see it right? Like it's here. Like I got a car. It's about There's your choice. Okay. Even if, let's say, while you're practicing this, making healthier choices, you even go down that rabbit trail of irritation. That should be your trigger warning system to immediately stop what you're doing. I don't care. It's more important for you to be 3 minutes late at work than it is for you to rebalance your energy before you get into the car and drive. You're going to take your minute. That is your minute. It's all right. You went down that little rabbit trail of irritation. Stop yourself immediately. Stop yourself immediately and breathe. Because what wolf are you feeding? Which wolf are you feeding? The white one or the black one? Because the black one is like a dangerous alien race trying to suck our souls out. Guys, you can Google this and it's everywhere. In the metaphysical environment, this is everywhere. There are lots of energies at force here. In every movie you've ever watched is a light force and a dark force. It is not a coincidence that is happening. This has been in front of our faces forever. We just have two sides battling. So one side's like, don't believe them. It's just a movie. We'll just keep making it that ridiculous to keep making it a movie that they're going to be like, oh, you're nutty, right? That can't be real. And then you have all of us who are light workers, empaths, and channels going, oh my God, this is like Star Wars in real life. Like it's kind of insane, right? Because I'm a highly intelligent, logical person. I went to college. I have a degree, right? So this is weird. I get it. But it's also, true. It's also true. And thankfully, I'm not the only one now who knows this. This was years ago when I, started hearing all these messages. And it was a time before light workers were a what? What's a light worker? What's an empath? What's a narcissist? Which, we can get into that at another time. But thankfully now it's more mainstream. But so I just want to say, guys and gals, your energy is so important and there are people like fighting for it. So pick a side and then really see that side through, watch your energy. So when that neighbor does that instead, that is a moment where you have a choice. Which wolf are you feeding? Which side are you feeding? The dark side or the light side? The light side, let me just tell you what I would do. Take a breath. Realize that time and fear, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to be nice to my neighbors. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time. I'm busy. I don't have the time for this. So that's huge. That's why everyone's telling you meditate and live in the present moment. There's a reason. Because in the present moment, where time doesn't exist, in the present moment, the trash can fell over. There's trash everywhere. That is the reality. Now we have a choice to, pick it up. It's okay. Maybe next time you see your neighbor, say, speak to them nicely because you also have a choice. Even at that moment, you have a choice to be like, I picked it up. All right, I did it. I picked it up. I breathed through it. I'm going to meditate the whole time at work and appreciate the fact that I got trash to pick up. Appreciate that I had 2 arms to pick it up. Appreciate that I had a vehicle to hit the trash can. Appreciate that I have a house with a car with the trash can, with the neighbor, that I can run it over. Appreciate that I have enough money to have food in my trash to knock it over. And so does the neighbor, so I'm not having to feed the neighbor. That's how we combat this stuff every day. And that's just one situation. Now, the moment it hits you again and that person runs you off the road, start it all over again. I'm going to appreciate that I have a vehicle for someone to run me over. I'm going to take my time back. They're not going to get me into fear, anger, frustration, because the moment you feel that way, you've begun to sink into this dark, sludgy stuff. I see it. I can actually see it. It's a dark, heavy, sludgy energy. And guess where it hits you? In your chakras. I know we're like, what are chakras? I'll be honest, I've never read a book about a chakra, but they're kind of big things. And I don't know a whole lot about them except for what I've experienced personally. So, and I can't even tell you what they are, but I can feel them. And when I'm not well, healthy, my chakras, you can feel, think about this. I got this weight on my chest. Something doesn't feel right. I have this weight on my chest. Like my head doesn't feel good. Something's not right. My stomach, something is like you feel like that nauseous when something's wrong or you're afraid or energy is not right. You feel it in your head, your voice, you'll stop speaking. Well, I think that's your throat chakra getting all worked up. You feel it here because, the energy, your energy system doesn't like the energy that it's around. That should be your trigger warning system to immediately stop what you're doing. It's okay to be a minute late for work. Your energy is the number one priority in your life right now. Number one. So your bills can come next, your kids can come next, your partners can come next, where you live can come next. I don't care if I do care. I hope you're not on the side of the road, but if you are on the side of the road, say you find yourself there, monitor your energy. Number one, it's okay. You are still alive. You have 2 arms, you have 2 legs, you have air to breathe. We're not being bombed every day. You are in an area where there is help for you to get, there's ways to get mental health. This is how we combat this energy right now. So I just would like to ask you to really make an effort in your days and weeks to come, because if your energy is rebalanced, all right, so let's go back to the neighbor for a second. Now we run into him. We managed to get through one situation without tanking into the dark side. So now we see the neighbor. In a perfect world, a meditating master, such as myself, practicing. Hi, Joe. You left your trash again, right? So I'm going to make sure that even my voice and my intention, and when I speak, my intention isn't of a place of hidden anger, frustration, and irritation, because now I've spread it to Joe, and Joe's going to go in there and yell at his dog or his cat or his kid or his wife. That's how it spreads. They love it to spread. They want it to spread. That's why we're all feeling it. You guys can combat. You can help us spread the light. Help us make better, healthier choices for, our neighbors and the people that we are, in contact with every day. So, Joe, trash day is Sunday night, and I hit your trash can again. I'm so sorry I hit the trash can. I picked up the trash, so you didn't have to. I know you're back, and I have a bad back, Next time, maybe on Sunday, I can wheel it out, or I can help you wheel it out, or, we can do it together. Or could you just move it a little bit further over? Would you mind? Would you ever so mind? Now, Joe's like, you know what? Well, that lady sure is nice. I'm never going to put that trash can there for her anymore. And he's going to go in and kiss his dog, kiss his wife, and have a good night. That's how much power that you have with your words and your energy. Because if he goes in and yells at his wife, and then his wife yells at their kids, and then the kid yells at their kids, and then the dog gets kicked. Who knows? We don't know the magnitude of our irritation and our anger and our lower energy when we shoot it at someone like a poison arrow. It's irresponsible on our parts. It's irresponsible because it creates a ripple effect, and that's what they want. And they're like, let's just keep those people. The TV shows we watch, it's about irritation and frustration and revenge. They're telling you it's totally fine. And let's say your neighbor comes out and he's a complete jerk. You shouldn't have that giant Cadillac hitting my trash can. Now you've been hit with a sadhana, which is a spiritual practice and a challenge. How are you going? What is your choice? Is your choice going to be to perpetuate it? So now you're going inside yelling at your husband or wife? Or are you going to be an alchemist? You've heard about being an alchemist. And everyone wants to know how to create base metal into gold. What's an alchemist? It's all over an alchemist. An alchemist is energetically, metaphorically, energetically speaking. You can alchemize that energy the moment it comes into your field. You can pour, fairy dust on him and stop that energy from perpetuating. See if you can really do light worker. You're not just an empath taking it, getting beat up by the energy anymore. That was the old times. Now you're a light worker. Now they're asking you to take a more active stance because your energy is so powerful. You can dissolve the anger that the neighbor feels. You actually have that power. That's when life gets really fun. When you feel like you have a purpose. You're not just waking up, paying bills, working, eating, TVing, and sleeping. Waking up and doing it all over again. We know that that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We know it. We know, all of us feel it. So maybe we don't exactly know what our destinies are, but this is a step in that direction, down your yellow brick road. Heal the neighbor. It's way funner to heal the neighbor than get angry and go kick your dog. It's way funner. Go to the supermarket. See how many people you can affect there. Just bring in that presence when you walk into that supermarket and smile at everyone. Watch how no one looks at you in your eyes anymore. Watch how everyone has their heads down. Watch how really sad and miserable everyone really is right now. And to know that you're here listening and you actually have the power right now to start healing our planet. One light worker at a time. That's why it's called Light Workers United. I can only do what I can do. And then I can tell you to do what you can do. And then the more, the wives are getting loved and hugged. The neighbors are getting spoken to with patience. We are spreading it. We're spreading the light. And then when you feel up for it and you've really noticed your power and you're like, oh my God, my family is better. My neighbors are better. I've healed the relationship with my sister because I had a choice to not perpetuate her energy. Your families are your largest test, your sadhanas. When you're around your family, I can be as meditated as possible. I leave my family. I'm like, dear Lord, they're my practice, and when I can go there and spend a solid 2 weeks and just be in a good place afterwards, I've reached a real mastery in my life. So I love that. It's okay. I can do it again with them next life and the next life and the next life and the next one. So. Okay. All right. Jen, do you have anything to add, my doll?
Just that being with the whole starseed concept as well is that we're actually incarnate on this earth right now to do just what you said, to help with the ascension and to hold the vibration of the planet as a team of light workers so that we can help the ascension process. So a lot of people believe that if you're awake to all of these things, you actually reincarnated on this earth to help with it. So we all have to do our part. And what do they say? Like, make sure your oxygen mask is secure before helping others. Like, that's what we all have to do, is make sure we're grounded, make sure our vibration is good, and keep the stress down, keep the irritation down. Like you said, those should be our red flags to, something's wrong. Once you're irritated, once you're angry. So you did a great example of how to turn it around with having 2 arms to be able to pick up the trash. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah. It's tricky,
It's tricky. It's
forgiveness.
Not easy.
So here's some key words for you to take with you. Accept reality, because the reality of the situation, the trash can is on the ground and there's trash. That's the truth. That's the reality of it, right? Do we wish it wasn't happening? Sure. But can we change that? No. So accepting it helps. Living in a state of non-acceptance is the first step, because I cannot accept that there's trash on the ground. It's rolling everywhere. I cannot accept that I'm going to be late for work. I cannot accept that I have to pick this up. I cannot accept this. Step 1.
You have no choice.
Trash is on the ground.
You're right.
I cry over spilled milk. The milk is spilled. Right? And we can even be angry picking it up. Why? So then what I do is I like to forgive. All right. I'm going to take a breath and accept the fact that the trash is here. The tire has broke. The neighbor is rude. Whatever. Insert annoying situation. And then I'm going to figure out what I do is I go, okay, who can I forgive next? Well, I'm going to forgive myself because as a practicing spiritual master, if I just got irritated, the first thing I have to do is forgive myself for that glitch. And I consider it a glitch in my energy. Oops, I glitched. Whoops. Exit out. I have a giant reset button. Boom. I'm going to hit my reset button. Whoops. Then I'm going to forgive the neighbor. Forgive the neighbor. I have to figure out why I'm so irritated. Is it because of my time? Time is huge. Because I don't have time to pick this up, because I don't have the time to get to work, because I'm going to be late in that 30 seconds or that 1 minute when your stupid boss doesn't care anyways, in the bathroom smoking, who knows, right? I mean, no, they don't care. They're on their phone, like typing their girlfriend from last night off of Bumble, oops. Take your time back. Do not let anyone bully your time. The moment you feel you don't have time for that is the moment you got to stop and reset, because that's a lie in your head that they told you, the dark side. That's a lie. You have all the time. You have all the time in the world. And the moment you take it for yourself because it's yours and no one can have it, in the moment, that's where your peace that everyone is searching for lies. It lies in that present moment. Because in the past, there's trash on the ground. In the future, maybe my boss will be mad. That's all figments of our imagination. It's illusory. The reality is I have two hands. I'm working on forgiving myself, and I'm practicing healing my energy. And I'm practicing being a part of a light worker, which is a worldwide force here to elevate the vibrations of the planet. I mean, that's way better than being a minute, late for work. That's way cooler anyway. Way funner to do that. Life becomes just better when you have a purpose, and your purpose is to maintain your energy for the rest of us. So that neighbor is nice. And now your boss, and even walking in and have your boss a little glitchy, you can vibrate that energy. It's so cool when you learn how to really harness your energy and how to heal everyone who's around you and how to elevate their vibrations. And all of a sudden they're just like, wow, there's something different about you. And you're just so great and so peaceful. And another thing is, allow yourself to become, this is another thing I do, clear like water. Allow yourself to be clear so that when that irritation hits, if you're clear, it will just flow right through you, because it's going to happen. We've been trained and conditioned a particular way. We've been trained in a reaction pattern due to our past beliefs and whatnot. But if we become clear like water, we transmute it. That's where the alchemy comes in. Allow it to go through you so that And once it goes through you and you're still cool and you can still maintain your intention and maintain your vibrations and respond, not react, but respond in a calm, beautiful, loving, unconditional love, acceptance, and trusting sort of way to anyone who, comes in contact with you. Now you have done what you've came here to do. You have alchemized the energy. You are a filter through it. If you feel it got glitched in your energy from any way, send it up, send it down, send it to your guides, which is what the topic of our show is today, is about our guides, because we are not alone. So we're going to hop to that next. But let me know how it goes, and anything that, any of this information, share it, spread it, practice it, master it, please. That's all you can do. Is monitor your energy. So the next time someone's in your face or whatever, breathe, meditate through it. Accept the fact that they're running their mouths. And you know why they're running their mouths? Because they don't know any better. They haven't been taught this. They don't feel good. They're unhappy. They're unhealthy. They're unwell. And they don't know how to make themselves feel better, but you do. And you actually have the power to show them how to do it. And you don't have to preach or teach. You show by being. Gandhi says, right, like be the way, right? I think he said, what did he say? It was such a good saying, like show, be by example, lead by example. I did find that, talking about it, like you really should work on your energy. It doesn't have the best results. I best just meditate through it, Okay, I accept that you're doing this. I'm going to forgive you for this, and then I move into gratitude. So those are like your first 3 steps here. Accept that the truth of the reality of the present moment you find yourself in, picking up trash. Forgive yourself and the players. Forgive your boss for making you feel like you're going to be late, because that's irritating. Who wants to have that kind of control over them? And then be very grateful that you took the moment to rebalance your energy, that's your highest priority, that you're helping to heal the planet. You have 2 arms, you have 2 legs, you have a car, you have a house, you have a trash can, you have a neighbor. We're not in Syria where we don't have neighbors anymore, or the Ukraine where our homes are bombed. We're here in the US and we got to, pick up some trash. We're helping the planet and healing the planet all at the same time. Life just becomes better. All right, there's my word of the day. And that didn't even come from me. That was channeled from whoever needed to hear that for today. Sometimes I don't know what's going to come out. All right, so I have something cool to show you. I learned how to screen share, I think. All right, so wait, before we get into it, Jen, what do you know of Dolores Cannon?
She was probably one of the first people I ever read as far as metaphysics goes. And she was, a lead woman in the whole hypnosis into ETs. She really formed that whole part of metaphysics, and in a world where it was very against her.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm stumbling upon her. You're way ahead of me. It's been about a year since I stumbled upon her. And then you showed me the thing about the custodians.
Yes.
Which, is, I haven't read the entire book, but I do have it on here, which I met a group of extraterrestrials that did call themselves the custodians of Earth. We are the custodians of Earth. So that's kind of cool that she wrote a book about it. And I believe that these are the high vibrational beings upon which they're the ones who are really guiding us and leading us to elevate. Because as we elevate, I know we're in a Star Wars science fiction. I mean, my life is cool. I mean, it's really cool if you think about it, Like, yeah, I got Starbucks and aliens, like straight up. So they want our energy to rise, because once our energy rises, and as a collective species, we then make ourselves, we make a place for ourselves in this galactic federation of higher vibrational beings that are all out there. I mean, we hear about them everywhere, and they're not all the same species. We have a lot, but until we vibrate high enough and we don't go buy all the toilet paper when we get upset, and we'll be able to move into this phase. The government is trying to stop us, but I believe that there's reasons for that. So that's why they're hitting us directly, telepathically. They're reaching us. So all of you who are being communicated with, this is your sign, this is your symbol. And it's not just you, and it's not just the people watching the show, it's everyone. All of this information is coming through to everyone at any moment. And whoever is enlightened or light enough, energetically enlightened, energetic lightness, can receive the information. And all you have to do is hold it. You don't have to share it yet. Though I hope once you master it, I would like to ask you to find a forum to share your knowledge, but you do not have to. All we're asking is that you hold the vibration patterns. Those of you who feel you have the ability to share it, the ability to write about it, the ability to speak about it, the ability to work in the field, please do. Please do. There are enough Starbucks baristas out there. We need strong, healthy light workers that are willing to talk about it, that are on the front line, that are going to try to pull the rest of the planet up with them, because there's a lot of the planet has already ascended. We already know that there are parallel planets out there. So we just want to make sure that we're here and we're helping for the rest of us to come along. Okay, so Dolores Cannon, if you haven't listened to her, she's super cool. And I just did see on my... Let's see. I have the Convoluted Universe, right? That's one. Dolores.
Yeah, that was one of her later ones. Yep. Yeah.
Dolores Cannon, the Convoluted Universe. So that's the second one. So if you guys haven't heard her, it's super cool. It's interesting because what I love is I never heard her before, but a lot of the information I'm sharing with you is the same information she's hearing channeled. And it's so great because now that that there's a lot of us speaking about this, we're all saying the same stuff, which is so great and very validating that us that are hearing this stuff, we're not totally insane, because crosses your mind for a second. I'm being spoken to by people. Maybe I need to be in a mental hospital. But guess what? I'm not the only one, and the information I'm being given, hundreds of thousands of other people are being given, thankfully.
All over the world.
All over the world, we're receiving the same information. So what we're just trying to do is make it seem not so weird anymore. You're not going to hear it about it on CNN. You're going to hear it about it here. Also, there's another thing called the Y Files. If you haven't heard of the Y Files, check it out on YouTube, the Y Files. He talks a lot about this stuff. It's pretty great. Also, Dolores Cannon has a ton of videos. on YouTube and everywhere. Find a way to get a hold of her. Guess what I just heard today, which I didn't realize. It's so cool. She channeled Nostradamus, but she didn't channel Nostradamus the spirit. She channeled Nostradamus back in the 1500s. So in physics, they're already showing that time is parallel. I mean, all times are parallel. So what's going on back then is what's going on back here. So time is not linear, but it's spiral. And it's all timelines, they say. Now, this is above my head, of course. I mean, I can feel it and I can see it as a metaphysics, as a practicing metaphysician. But the people in physics are proving it, which I love because that brings science into it. But, for us channeling these things, we can only just know that they're happening, right? We can't do anything else but know that it's happening. So she channeled Nostradamus, who's alive. And he was like, hey, I've been looking for someone, because he knew that he could get a hold of someone in the future. And she's like, is this happening? So they're both alive at the same time, talking to each other and sharing information. And he wanted his information translated properly. And so that's what she did. So I just heard about that today. I can't wait to read. About that. So y'all, if you're listening, you find something to listen to, find something to put in your ear, find some knowledge, some spiritual food, some meditation food. If you are driving to work, put on your Audible, get your earplugs. If you're sitting at work, even at your lunch break, and you're like, my life sucks, put this in your ear and it's way better. Life is just better when you stay plugged into your tribe. And if you're here, we are your tribe. Life is just better. It's just better. Okay. I'm going to practice my screen sharing. I did it. Here we go.
You.
I'm going to try to do it again. Bear with me for 1 second. Hold on. Okay, there it is. I'm going to hit play on that. All right, we're going to watch this for a second. Present. Share screen. Share. Facebook video. So cool. I'm going to learn how to do this really well at some point. All right. There it is. Let's see. Okay, wait. Where's our volume? Come back. Volume.
I'm so proud of you.
Volume.
Look at you go.
You're so proud of me, except for we can't hear anything. I practiced this 12 times today, just so you know, and I don't know who that guy is either. Oh, there's my volume. Oh, okay, let's try it again. I see you. Here we go.
You're never alone, because when you come into a life, you have a guardian angel or a guide, whatever you want to call it, is assigned to you. And they are with you your entire lifetime. That's their job. They have to be with you to guide you and help you and protect you your entire life. Now, you may have more than one. If your life is complicated, you may have as many as 4. But you always have one main one that stays with you your entire lifetime. They're always there to help you. If your life is like mine and it suddenly goes in a different direction, sometimes some of the guides will trade places. And one comes in who has more expertise in the way you're going, what you're going to be going into. You're never alone.
All right. I did it.
Today, October 12th, I'm 5.
Okay. Yay. Did that work?
It worked.
Did it work?
Good job.
Did it work? Yeah, it worked. It was there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get better at that. But that was cool, right? It took me forever to learn how to do that.
Very nice.
Okay. So do you guys all know that? Does everybody know that? Because if you are not using your guides like the best friends you never knew you had, you're missing out on, 99% of your existence here. And again, I could not imagine for 1 second what my life would be like without them, because if I don't, that's who I go to for all of my questions. That's who I go to for all of my decisions. I don't call up Jen and be like, what should I do? I call up my guides. I'm like, what should I do? And they answer me. because I know that they can answer me, because I don't doubt that they're there anymore. That's very key. And that's why in the Bible, trust and have faith. That was the words that they had to use back then. Trust that your guides are there. Have faith that they've got your back for real. This is not some metaphorical, like, what do I have to go to the Buddhist temples? No, these are like invisible creatures trying to hook you up in life. Now, what exactly are they? I don't know, because what's so cool is Joseph has an extraterrestrial as a guide, which is so cool because I never knew that you could have that. I thought, because I thought they were angels, and I had a little bit of a difficult time imagining angels and winged creatures and clouds and all that. I didn't understand. I didn't necessarily relate with that because I see things more as energy. But I actually feel like the angels are an extraterrestrial race that look like us. And I do believe they're out there. And I think they do have wings because there's been too many signs of them throughout time. Now, do they work for a big old man on a throne? No. I mean, sorry, but I don't think so. But they are here to hook us up. Now, as far as our guardian angels, sometimes I've heard, so I remain an open channel. This is just me, in which, Jen, I kind of like the fact that you also, so for so long, I was like, why can't I get a name or an exact image or an exact vision? I mean, for years I've asked that. And I, at one point, heard a giant chuckle. Like I heard it, a booming laugh. Like I was funny. I was like, oh, that's so funny. It was beautiful. It was the kindest, loving laugh that I ever heard. And they were like, you are special. But because I was like, everyone else gets names. You're talking to me. And now I don't look as cool as all the other people because they all get names. I mean, this is how I talk to them. And I hear the laugh and they say, you want a name? No name. I was like, no name, no name, no name, no name. And Jen goes, I can't get a name. I can't get a name. And I was like, because it's no name.
It's universally no name.
It's universal no name, which is also I am. And you'll see I am. That's a key word because there's nothing past. When you hit the pearly gates of wherever it is, who knows what it is? We don't exactly know. We're here. We're human. We're doing the best we can to figure out what it is, right? It's an energy. It's conscious. It's intelligent. And I am, there's nothing past that. I think Jesus is big on the I am, right? He came up with that, I think. I am that I am.
The Christ consciousness.
On I am. And there isn't really something past that. Anytime that you define yourself with a word after that, you can. You can define yourself. There's nothing wrong with defining yourself after the I am. But that's what you're doing is defining, labeling, and limiting. I am great. Okay, that's a word. It's a definition, and it's a limit. It's beautiful to say it. I love it. But there are really no words past this. The two pearly gates are I and am. And there's nothing past that. Meditate on that for a while. There really is nothing past those words at all. Any other word that you speak is fun and it's a signpost, but it's a word, limit and defining. I am is past that. So, okay. All right. So our guides. Jen, what are your experience with your guides? Because you were channeling the other day, you were receiving messages. They were very valid. So they were speaking to you.
That's definitely an area I'm weak in, and I tell Joe all the time I want to work on it. Is like, I know gut feelings, I know that, but I'm very tied to Joe's main guide, Indigo, who is an extraterrestrial. Like I've always, before I knew Joe and I read the book, I just felt like I had a tie with him, and it wouldn't be surprising since Joe and I are connected. But that's really all I have going. I'm not like you. You're so in sync with your guides.
Well, the cool thing is so are all of you, like for real, straight up. So they've asked me to show you how to interpret them because they are talking. And here's another message. So I had this spiritual studio, and it was the best thing ever. I literally just opened a studio and all I did was meditate in it all day long. Because I happened to, be a stay-at-home mom with a pretty wealthy guy. He was just like, go have fun. And so I just meditated in this spiritual studio in a Unity church. It was just incredible. And I got so many messages. In fact, the majority of messages that I've even received to this day came through at that time. as my booming laugh and the Nonami came through, and I'm sitting there like, okay, so am I really special? Like, cause I was feeling pretty special. I was like, am I like the new coming of, you know, the Messiah or what? I mean, you can't help but things start talking to you. You're getting told things, you know, again, I hear this booming laugh, like, oh my God, you are special. It's like, oh, they love me. And then they showed me out the window. They said, but look out that window right there. And I saw all the cars, and they were going really fast, driving by this big, you know, slider in my studio. I'm on the floor. And I opened, and there I saw beaming lights shooting through every single person in their car, every single one of them. And they were driving fast. I knew that they were getting somewhere, and they weren't happy, and they're miserable, whatever. They're late for their Starbucks. So someone kicked over their trash can at home. They got to go pick up trash. Like, they were headed somewhere. They weren't happy. You could feel it. And that was the moment I realized that while I'm special, everyone is being communicated the exact same way. And I was like, oh my God, they can't hear you. They can't hear you. They don't know that you're talking to them. And the weird thing is like, because obviously my voice in my mind is all I can hear. So that's where you get tricked a little bit, is that when they vibrate into you, it goes into this brain of yours that's a computer, and it's a filter. Your brain has a program in it, let's just say, and then it transmutes the information to you in your own voice. So you think it's like your own thought. You don't realize that the thoughts are not your own thoughts. Like, for example, when you were channeling the other day and it came through and you were sharing very relevant information, those were images coming through. They were words coming through. They were all coming through the voice of that Jen computer in your brain, in Jen's voices and Jen's words. And you're just but you did such a good job interpreting it. And another thing is, here's another thing, very important, time. So when we're so busy, we don't have time to listen to our guides because we're just really busy. And we're very loud, and our TVs are loud, and our radios are loud. Our world is loud. And what I have noticed is that they're very, very quiet, and they're really soft, and they're very gentle. So gentle. Like, they will never affect your free will. Right. So that's something to be very aware of. Like, think about that for a second. And I'm going to give you an example of my fish. I have a fish story. So I'm late. I'm home from work. I'm tired. I'm busy. Food is hot on the table. I walk in. My ex was cooking. He sits down with a steaming hot plate of food and pushes play on a movie. And I'm like, yes, like this small pleasures in life. Food is cooked. It's hot. And I hear, you want to go check on your fish? You may. That's what I hear. Kristen, you might want to go check on your fish. I'm like, I don't want, and right now, I don't even realize that I'm having a conversation with someone. This is how quiet it is. You don't realize you're having this conversation. I'm like staring at my hot food. I'm staring at my movie. I'm like, I don't know that they're talking to me, but I have a thought. Like, I don't want to go check on my fish. It's that quiet. Like, it's so quiet. And I'm like, and I'm looking at this steam. I'm just saying, I know your food is hot. I know but you might want to go check on your fish now. And I'm like, again, my fish. I gotta go check on my fish. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I gotta get up. And my boyfriend's like, what? And the kids are like, what? And I'm like, I gotta go check on the fish. And they're like, are you nuts? The fish was gone. And I'm like, oh my God, my fish is gone. He's like, what do you mean the fish is gone? How's the fish gone? I'm like, oh my God, my fish is dead. And I loved my fish. And I was like, it's dead. And I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, maybe it jumped out of the bowl. And I put my hand on the garbage disposal expecting to find a dead fish. And the fish is alive, jumping around in the garbage disposal. And I put it back in and saved my fish's life. It lived another year.
Wow.
Yeah. They didn't say, get up and go check on your fish, you crazy lady. Put your food down. No, they didn't. It was so soft and such a gentle, you may want to go check on your fish. I don't want to check on my fish. And they were so nice to be like, are you sure you don't want to check on your fish like right now? You know, and so these are the quiet little conversations, first of all, that you'll catch yourself having. And you think you're having it with yourself. You're not really sure why you're having them. They're so quiet. Now, had I just been like, oh, I'm eating my food, it's hot, I would have never even thought. But then later I'd have been like, oh my God, something told me to go check on the fish and I completely ignored it.
Right.
happens all the time. Something told me to call my auntie before and I didn't do it and something happened. Something told me to turn right. Something told me to turn right and now I'm stuck in this traffic. Yes. Rewind your existence and realize something did tell you to turn right. And it was like, you may want to turn right now. I don't want to turn right because my GPS, why would I turn right? And you don't catch it. I'm following my GPS. Like, I don't want to turn right. Like, it's so quiet and you're so busy and you're so loud in your brain. You're not catching these baby tiny little messages that are coming through all day long, full time, two-way communication, full time. And I miss a lot of the messages too, because I'm tired, I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm busy, but I know that I'm missing messages and I know that I'm like, oh, I missed it again because I knew that this is going to happen and I did not listen to the message. So that's why they're like, meditate, clear your This is why. They're not doing it for no reason. They're doing it so you can hear your messages from your guides because they want to help you. And I promise you, they're telling me to save my fish. They have saved my bird. They tell me who to call. They told me recently what I'm going to be doing for work. They tell me what to do full time. So it was some years back that after I was, completely convinced I wasn't insane, that this was real. And it's a story for another time. Maybe I'll tell this story next week. It's a good one because this is a real story about how I truly made a deal with this voice. We shook hands and everything. And I said, okay, wow. You've proven yourself to me beyond a shadow of a doubt, which, next week I'm going to share this story. And so now I made a deal with this voice, whatever it is, to listen to it. And from then on became, how do I develop this relationship with this voice? Is it an alien? I don't know. Is it an angel? Is it God? I don't know. I really can't honestly tell you exactly what it is, but it likes me, loves me, takes care of me. And like hooks me up. Like, ew, don't go for that guy. Like, no. And then when I don't listen, they're like, yeah, we told you so. Like, if I'm not feeling good, they'll play music for me on the radio and be like, I'm playing this for you. And if I'm too in my head thinking about what am I going to do? And why did this person say that to me? And I'm really sure how I feel about that. I missed the whole beautiful song that was dedicated to me. This happens to you guys all the time. If you're feeling a little low and a beautiful song will come on the radio or something will come on the TV. It's so funny because even I was walking on the beach and I was like feeling very powerful there, like the presence was there. And I was just like, man, is this you? And I'm walking by the beach, like, is this you? And the girl at the beach was with her friends and she's like, yeah, absolutely, totally me. And I was like, and she was talking to her friend, but she wasn't. Like, that is how they communicate to you. This is what's happening. Even at the supermarket. If someone is speaking to you at the supermarket, I will have a channel. A lady at the supermarket would just go, and click and be like, have a good time driving to that event tonight. And I'll be like, I didn't tell you that I had an event tonight, but I guess I'm going to an event tonight. Like, it really is that crazy once you start realizing that there is something communicating with you full time, like the best friend you never knew you had. Every word that's spoken is potentially channeled from your guides. And sometimes if they can't get through to you because you're busy and distracted, they will channel anyone who's around you and send messages. I have had more messages come through by people around me at restaurants, especially if people are drinking, they turn into straight channels around me. My guides just hijack all of them. And I have these metaphysical conversations with these people. And then they'll look at me like, oh, and I'll see them click back. Oh, what were we talking about? And I'm like, wow, that is so cool. Just keep in mind, that's really how it happens. Even your partner, even your partners will, you have to watch their information and it'll come through channeled. Like, I'll be sitting there having a conversation and all of a sudden I'll notice, now I know how it feels. So they'll click, like the person will click and their voice softens just a little and they're sharing their opinion about something, but I know that it's from my guide speaking to them. And then they'll kind of click back and be like, oh, want a pizza or something? And it's like so cool to watch all the time. So like I said, my life is super, super, super cool. Like, this happens full time. So keep this in mind, when you have people. Now, just a bit of advice here. So we have this brain, right? Jen has a brain, Kris has a brain. We have this like mind of ours. And it does have a lot of constrictions or programming from this society. So like, for example, if you really think that you can't talk to your guides, or like that's foo-foo, or like they can't talk to me, or like they don't care for me, or like they might talk to you, but they can't talk to me. All you're doing is creating a layer of a filter that they have to talk to them, or you think you might have to go to a church, or like, oh, they only channel through where did we go? Are we glitching? That's now another layer of this filter that they have to get through. Glitching? How now?
Yeah. Better.
Glitching? Are we okay?
We're good now.
Okay. So watch your programming. Watch how you're programming your mind. Exactly. It's the limiting beliefs stops their messages. They're coming through. The same is for me. The same is for you. But like even Jen saying, I don't know, I'm not that good at it. Or even saying I connect with indigo. Just be careful limiting yourself in that way, because then indigo will be the only one you let through. You can do it if you want, but just be careful with it, because you can choose to do this. If you find that you love Bob and Bob's your guide and you just really love and trust Bob, it's fine. But you'll also find that after you talk to Bob for a while, Bob will become a they. Everyone says they, even Joseph says they, because it's a collective, which is why I call it, for me personally, which is find no name, which is no name. So what happens is, because I don't put any rules on who can communicate to me, I got everyone in the entire universe who wants to hook me up can come. And it's so fun. I even have someone who feels like a time master, because I have a time thing. So they come in and manage my time for me. I have someone who manages my finances for me. I have someone
you need
who
to hook me up with them.
Yeah, but you just tell them. It's so easy. You're just like, hey, in fact, some years ago, I was like, look, we made an agreement. We made a deal that I was going to, listen to you. I wasn't going to doubt you, because I had to remove all doubt. I had to form the trust, knowing that they were not trying to hurt me in any way, or not trying to guide me or lead me in an direction that hurt, which they never did. So they earned that trust of mine. And so now I trust this voice and I trust their messages implicitly. And then I said, well, look, then I'm going to consider myself working for you now. I work for you. In my humanistic brain, I needed a job in my brain. I said, so I feel I need fair compensation, cars, houses, money taken care of. I mean, I'm doing some important work here, And so he said, fine, it's easy. Cool. Right. So like people who are struggling with money out there, there's 100% a way to work with your guide so you don't have to struggle anymore. Like you just manifest. If you're not even manifesting, you're just like asking. Ask and you shall receive. That's in the Bible, guys. We've known about this for a long time. Sometimes you might not believe it, or you're doubting yourself, or whatever little doubt. Like if you think you can't have it, guess what? You're right. If you think your guides can't talk to you, guess what? You're right. But if you think they can talk to you, you're also right. And if you think they look out for you and take care of you, you're also right. And if you think, I'm done managing my finances. Ugh, no, I am not cut out for that. I don't feel like paying all my bills. I don't feel like dealing with where money is coming from. I don't feel like dealing with all that. And so I don't have to anymore. It's been years since I've really had to worry about it. Now, does that mean that that's going to maybe last forever? I don't know, because I don't think about it. In other words, I don't have any future fears about, oh my God, where's the money going to come from? And maybe it's going to dry up, or maybe it's going to glitch. I completely, implicitly, heart, body, and soul, and every cell in my body, trust my guides to handle it. And but I trust it so much so that if they want me to not have a home, because I have to go start a homeless commune in the woods where I'm going to heal mass amounts of people like Jesus did, then that's what I have to do. It's really like that, I've really relinquished all intentions of where I'm supposed to be going or what I'm supposed to be doing. I just do what they tell me to do.
And in a sense, that telling you what to do is really you telling you what to do, because you came into this life with a soul contract. you already decided before you forgot everything what you want to do here. So they just help keep you in line with what you decided was yours. So it's not them guiding you what they want, it's them helping you keep your promise of what you wanted to accomplish in this lifetime.
Yeah. Yes. And it is, and the key word there is this lifetime too. Because I know that I have in front of me so many different variations and options and choices. I know it. I've seen them all. And they're like, hey, if you date that guy, it's kind of like you're walking up the Himalayas and you're going to delay your destiny. I was told that and I was like, dang, but they sent him and he's so cute. How do I say that? All right. So I'm climbing the Himalayas. I'll get to what I'm needing to in next lifetime. So also we have our choices in that way. You know, we have choices, but you're 100% right. When we take a step off and we start heading down a path, so I call it the yellow brick road. When you're on your yellow brick road, things are smooth, things are cool, things are working, they're flowing. Stay within your vibration pattern, listen to your guides, monitor your energy, and float down your yellow brick river. Float down it. You don't even have to walk it. Like, get an inner tube, float. But if you go off path, you can do that. You're 100%. You can take the rocky terrain. You can program your GPS to not make U-turns. You can program your GPS to go off-roading. You can, but understand what you're doing. And when you go off-roading, things are going to be bumpy. You might want to learn a different way. You're going to get to the same outcome in this lifetime or the next, depending on how much you deter from your path. You know, and if you go down your path so far in one direction, you begin to feel dark, cut off from the vine, cut off from God, like dark, like you don't feel good, like you get sick, disease comes. And that's just beautiful, like symptoms and signs. And your guides are going, you're going in the wrong direction. It doesn't feel good over there. Come back. You can still go. They're not judging you for it. They're like, oh my God, she wants to do 12 more bad things before she comes back. But eventually you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm done. I'm done. Please bring me back. And they're like, come on, let's go. Pick you up, dust off your boots. Let's get you back on track. You're a little delayed. That's how it works.
How are we on time, Kristen?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are at 8:18. So I don't know if anyone wants a reading today. What do you think? Reading, Janine? Want a reading? Because I know. She's like, what?
We had a few people in earlier. I don't know if they want to come back on or if they're gone. But we had 2 or 3 other people in there as well.
Okay. Did you read I wonder, Joseph knows how to, okay, let's go and put some of our comments on here. Show. What do we have here? Oh, hello, Nilsa from Miami.
Oh, that's
Barbara, cool. I love it. Suzanne, hello, good evening. All right, let's see what Nilsa says. Like a reading, my niece, where'd it go? Show. She's happy on the other side. She died in an operation. She was sick and she died on the same day of her birthday and only 28 years old. Oh, wow. So Joseph can contact her. So Nilsa, if you come on when Joseph's on, he can get straight to your niece, which is awesome to be able to talk to her again. I can let you know that, like what Jen said, as far as your soul contract, we do choose when we exit this earth. It's a choice. I don't know if that's harsh to hear. I know that hurts some of the people that are left behind. But she dropped her earth suit. Most likely she came down here for particular reasons. She helped, she healed, she reached her soul contract here. And then she went back home. She's home. We're the ones who are here still trying to figure it all out. And she becomes what I call part of my soul team up there. So whenever I have one of my friends cross over, that they're looking out for me after that. So you can ask your niece for anything. She's with you. She'll support you. She'll guide you. You can talk to her like you're talking to me.
And ask for a specific sign, that she is okay. Be specific in what you want to see so that you'll know when you do finally see it, that it really is her.
Yeah, that's fun too. Like, hi, my niece, I want you to show me yellow butterflies on a Thursday, and then just keep your eye out for yellow butterflies, or white butterflies or whatever, something in nature they can work with. But even if it's a song that you like, every time I hear this song, I'm going to know it's you. And then they'll do their best to let you know that they're there. But they really want you to open up those lines of communication with them. They want you to be open to it. Because if we think that they're gone, then remember, they have to get through that filter where you don't think that they're there. So she might come around and be hugging you and telling you how much she loves you and how much she misses you. And because you think she's gone, all that does is make you cry because you think she's gone. So her energy comes around you, wraps you in love, and you get sad because you think she's gone, even though that's her energy wrapping you in love. Like, I'm here. I love you. I haven't gone anywhere. I just dropped my earth suit. I love you and I'm here and I would never leave you. So it's have faith, trust, belief, know that they're talking to you, know that your guides are talking to you, know that your loved ones have not gone anywhere. That's how Joseph tunes right into them. He talks to them like I talk to my guides. They're right there. And what's interesting is when I've spoken to spirits, I've spoken to several, they're so close. They're so much closer than my guides are. My guides, I got to like go shoot up vibrationally. And I'm like, hey, how's it up here in the clouds? They're like, boo, like, whoa, I don't have to go anywhere. In fact, I could probably tune my dial just to learn that I only have to go up this far to reach them. They're closer than anything else. So open that communication up with her and she will communicate directly to you. Learn that language. That's pretty much the awesome part when we can begin to speak to them. Okay. I have Candy. Let's just see. Saying yes, yes. I think she loves what you're saying. Yes. Now, Anna, here's a good one. Hello, Anna. She says, can we ask sacred questions? So absolutely. There is a link. So come on. Also, if you wanted to ever come on and you have anything to say, just go to the comment sections and say, hi, can we come on? Or give me a thumbs up or wave me in and we'll bring you in. So Anna, ask away. Next week, we're always here. Mondays at 7. We will be here.
She did post that the last one is her question, the last comment.
Can we ask sacred questions? Is her comment?
Nope, at the bottom she actually.
Oh, the last one? Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Keep going down. 3 more.
All right. That's how awesome our guides do look out for this. We only have to learn this. Yeah. And talk to them. That's the fun part. Talk to them. They're my best friends. It even got weird where I was like, listen, I actually think that the person or like my other soul's half is on the other side looking out for me. I actually think my twin flame is looking out for me on the other side and is like hooking me up. Like this energy loves me so much, like beautiful songs. Like even when someone gives me flowers, it's like from my guides. They're like here, or from my person on the other side, So I feel so loved by this energetic force that just loves to take care of me. Finances, roses, trips, my home is taken care of. And then all the beautiful, beautiful people I have around me, they allow those beautiful people around me to love on me. Like if my guides support them, they're like, hey, go love on her. She needs some flowers. You know what? She needs her nails done. Yep. No, really. It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay. Thank you, Candy. It's true. All right, here we go. Let's see what this one says. I would like a reading, please. Do you see a romantic relationship with the man I like? I meet him in a professional environment. All right. Anna, I'm actually going to read that for you. Are you still around? Is she still commenting?
Yes, she at 8:22 she wrote, I did ask the question, so she's with us. Yep, she's here.
Okay, Anna. Do you see a romantic relationship with the man I like? Let's see. One more. Okay. Well, so you and him have a connection, a past life connection, which is probably why you're feeling this kind of strange connection to him. So you've been with him before. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be with him in this lifetime. Y'all definitely have a past that I see. So there's a little bit of guilt surrounding this situation. I also see that he's very independent and very set in his ways and has a bit of like a strong, stubborn streak. Like he's kind of like a, you know, sometimes you meet these guys that you're like, come on, let's go run on the beach and frolic. And they're like, yeah, let's go. Want a daisy? And then you got guys who are like, yeah, no, I don't frolic on the beach. Nope. So, you know, he's set in his ways. He's, you know, he's a strong, strong force. I do see that, you know, there's a few things in your life that you had this destiny you want to accomplish. You have these goals. Just make sure you're really focusing on those, making sure that mind is staying clear and healthy. But as far as this guy, you definitely have been with him before. So enjoy that experience because he's part of your like soul pod on the other side, you know. But that can be complicated because when you've been with someone, you don't know. You could be with them 1,000 years. And sometimes they're like, is this again? It's been 1,000 years. We're doing this all over again. I know that. I have that experience right now. Every time I pull about my present boyfriend, it's like past lives. So me and him have been together for who knows how long. And there's things that we just are impatient with each other now. It's probably been 5,000 years. It happens. All right, Anna, good luck. I would love to know. Keep us posted. All right, let's see. I like that you're commenting. Thank you. Here we go. I know you say to trust the voice within. How are you sure it's not your subconscious telling you what you think you want to hear? Okay, great question, because I went through this myself in my crazy phase. So, you know, it was the tiny little things that happened with the fish that changed my mind. So you want to keep your trigger system available. So program your mind not only to make sure that your mind is staying calm. So staying calm is and keeping that mind clear with, call it meditation, is like the step one. If you listen to something calming in your ears, sometimes calming music, and you make sure that you're not constantly worried about where you're going. Because if you're constantly worried about where you're going, you're only hearing where you're going and you're not hearing their voice. Their voice is so quiet and so soft. So you'll start catching tiny little things. Okay, so I started playing games with it at first. And I was like, okay, I'm hearing you sometimes, not sometimes. So I started playing games where I want you to tell me which directions to take in the road. You know, do I get on 95 or do I go this way? And then I just started playing with how I was feeling first. And they contact you through feelings first. It's a feeling, it's a warmth. It might be different for you, but you work on developing this communication with them. Like if there's a message, and sometimes you're going to get it wrong in the beginning because it's trial and error to figure out what is your loud subconscious voice versus what is their soft advice. And it does come through differently. So I've trained myself over the years to recognize when I have that hunch. It's so quiet. It's this baby little hunch, like you may want to take a right. It's so quiet. And if you're so busy with your GPS trying to get to your Starbucks before it closes, you're not going to trust to take a right. And then you just have to make the right. So here's the next scary, crazy part of this journey. If you develop the relationship with your guides where you can communicate with them, is you have to take the right. You're going to trust them. They will start to baby test out if you're actually listening to them. If they tell you to call your neighbor, even if it doesn't make sense, call the neighbor. And maybe it didn't make sense, but they're going to start to see how, if you're really listening to them. If they tell you, you know, don't eat that pizza, don't eat it. Just don't eat it. It's weird. Tiny little things. Like I used to have tricks on hiding in the bathroom. I'd be like, all right, I'm hiding in the bathroom. Is my boss going to walk in? So I'm hiding in the bathroom on my phone. All right, never mind. I'm lying. I was smoking a cigarette in the bathroom. This is back 20 years ago. Sorry, I had to fess up. And I'd be like, okay, is my boss going to come in and catch me smoking the cigarette in the bathroom? And that's what I would do. I'd take a drag and I'd be like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then I'd hear, they're coming. And I'd boom, flush it. And I would wait. And they'd come in every time. So that's when I was like, okay. And then I'd be like, okay, am I safe? All right, I'm safe. All right, good. I got through the whole cigarette. So that's silly as it was. Mind you, I was 20, so don't judge me. But that's how I began. And then I began practicing with directions. And then I began practicing with tiny little, like, that's how I heard them to go check your fish, go check your fish. I knew that is not from me. That is not for me. I did not have a conscious thought about checking my fish. That was put into my brain. Like something the other day popped up, a documentary, and I heard watch it. I don't watch documentaries ever, but I heard watch it. And I was like, okay, I don't want to watch documentaries. So why in my head am I hearing to watch this documentary? I have a choice. I could ignore it and not watch it, but I did. And then from there, I heard go find this place to make a documentary. And I'm like, what? This was not on my radar of what? Nope, go do it. Then I accidentally get taken a wrong turn, which is not wrong, but they direct me off of 95. I'm driving by the documentary place. Accidentally, I go in. It was just wild goose chase. They took me all the way full circle to now I have a film crew that we're meeting to start filming next Monday. I didn't even know this was happening. So this is kind of the fun part when it really gets fun. And I'm telling you, life just becomes so great when you have your guides, you working on your relationship and your communication with them, and they're taking care of you. Like life just changes, and you're healing people with your energy, you're helping your neighbors, you're elevating the vibrations of the planet, and you're taking care of your energy first and foremost. This is why we're here, and your life will have meaning. The meaning that you're searching for is right here. And then after that, when you get like a good handle on this and you're with your guides, then your destiny, like you're going to write a book, or you're going to, I don't know, go fly to Africa and like start a commune. And you're going to be like, I'm going to do what? And the next thing you know, you're going to meet someone at the Publix who's like, yeah, I'm a African flight attendant. And then you're going to be like, the lady behind you is going to be like, I have a non-for-profit that can donate food. And in 2 weeks, you're in Africa. Like this is how it happens. But you got to say yes, and you got to listen. You got to pay attention.
That's the hard part, listening. Yeah. It looks like we have Kim and Janine in. I think they're both looking for a reading, right, guys? Raise your hand up if you're looking for a reading. Okay. Yep, they're both here.
All right. Awesome. I'm going to bring Janine on right now.
Okay.
There we go. I'm going to take this off.
Hi.
Hi, Janine.
Hi, Janine. How are you?
Welcome. We're good.
Welcome. Okay, wait. Let me figure out how to turn this off.
Yeah, it's blocking her.
All right, I'm going to show that, and then brand. Oh, and there's our hide button right there.
Good job.
It worked. Okay, good.
So fast you've learned.
It's a little delayed, but it works. Okay. All right, Janine, would you like a reading?
Sure.
Okay.
Now, how do we do this?
What?
And how
How
do
do
we
do this, she said.
Oh, take a couple of breaths.
Okay.
And clear your mind.
Okay.
Just those breaths relax a little bit, and when your energy relaxes, then I'm able to channel it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so I do see.
What?
She's like, oh, we're talking online.
Right. Yeah, I'm having my guardian try to kick out hubby. Sorry.
No worries, I understand.
All right, so I do see that you have a communication with your guides and with Source, and there are messages that they 100% want to communicate with you. You pulled three cards, all saying the Source, which is the highest vibrational kind of light worker, empath. I'm in communication. You could be kind of working in our field, that you're also a master creator also, which is, and that this is another guide communication card, Harmony, that is communicating to you. So all three of these cards, of these messages, are coming through to you.
Awesome.
Are you aware of that?
Nope, not until today.
So now you have homework, right? You're going to really just talk to them. Be like, the silly, crazy lady on the internet told me to talk to you. But like, work on that. How can they validate that for you? Figure out what that validation looks like for you, and then give them the time to show it to you. And it's going to happen when you least expect it. So they don't work on your time frame. It'll happen. Okay, and then a couple things is that I see there might be some changes and shifts and some things that might be moving around and can feel a little potentially destabilizing, but understand that they're working to restabilize. So things are changing and shifting, and like you're like, what is going on right here? But the thing is they're going to rebuild it with brick. You know, so it was kind of built on sand. The foundation wasn't solid enough to sustain some of the work and destiny that you need to uphold, that you have here on this earth. So because of that, things can feel like, you know, that they're changing, and trust that your guides are really taking care of you. They say that you know the truth of this situation, like you're beyond illusion of this, like you're aware that some of these things maybe need to happen, and you're, you know, it is what it is. And then, you know, don't ever feel and I say they because you're guides, they never want you to feel like you're kind of like stuck or like locked out of something, or like, you know, I can see all this, you know, amazing stuff right over there, and I can see how I can accomplish these things, and but I have this gate is locking me in. I'm stuck. But you hold the key to the gate, and the gate's not really locked at all. You just take the chain off and just move yourself through. So all of the things that you think are obstacles are not. They're not. And just be aware of anytime your mind is like, oh, wait a minute, but what if? But what about this? Just be like, no, my guides are taking care of all that for me. Thank you, my little mind. I appreciate you trying to keep me safe, but my guides are going to take care of me in this process. My guides are looking out for me. My guides are supporting me. My guides are lighting my way and keeping my path clear. And I'm 100% trusting them in this process. And that's the path you want to walk in the next little bit.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Okay, Jen, you got anything?
What I was getting was that things are changing in a direction you didn't see coming, and you feel very apprehensive. No, it's not a bad thing. It's just that things are kind of going differently than you thought they would. And because it's change, it feels uncomfortable. So we kind of resist it. It doesn't feel right. But what I'm getting is that for the long run, it's very good. And that just taking little bite-sized pieces of it at a time. So if something's kind of coming into your life that you weren't expecting, whether it was metaphysics or whether it's a career change, I don't know what it is, but it's hard to grasp the big picture. So just take little by little each piece, and you'll get there to the point where you feel comfortable and confident.
Interesting, because we're tell you the truth, we're about to hit retirement next year, and yeah, a lot of changes going on. So
but they're all positive. It's just new for you, so you just have to trust in that, and little by little.
Right.
Step by step.
And you guys do readings like from afar.
Mediums, like mediumship.
Yes.
Yeah. And
no, she means like readings.
As in
like an actual reading.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you that I actually do reach out to from afar also. So anyway.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So do seed signs. I think everybody does. But just thought I'd share that.
I think your retirement's going to be very fun. I think you're going to have some new missions coming on. All good stuff.
Lots of traveling. Yes.
Yeah.
Love awesome.
It. I've never.
All right. Well, look, keep in touch with us and let us know. We want anyone who's been on and we give you a reading. We just love follow-ups.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. And hopefully we'll see you next week at 7.
Good.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. I know. Oh, and then I have Kim. Let me add.
Oh,
no, I had her on for a second.
You did, yeah.
All right, let me click one more time. Add. Hello.
Hi, Kim.
How are you? Can you hear
us? There's a mute. Just click the unmute button. No, we can't hear you. There should be a microphone button
But we can read her messages in the comments. You want a reading, Kim?
It will look like a little the sound bar with the 3. We lost her. She's been here the whole time, so she might find.
I don't recognize. I thought she was our other Kim. That's what I thought the whole time, but she's not our other.
She's
Kim.
been in the chat the whole time.
Yeah.
So let's see if she can get back with the link.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have her reading for her. She's got good cards anyway. She's got some good cards. Well, see, they're always nice in the beginning, and then they give you they're always beautiful.
They break us in, right?
Here's what you got to work on. I'm always like, oh, of course. There's always more to the story. We'll give her a second to see if she comes back on. But in the meantime, Jen, let's find our memes. Let's do our memes of the day.
Hey, love it.
Just to put those on for us.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Okay. Wait, he put them in the overlay section. Maybe that's in banners. No. I got this. Overlay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. All right. Did we put this one on before? Did we? I love this one.
That's my favorite.
Even
if we did.
All right. Did we empaths be like, get me off this planet? And that's true, right? Because I'm constantly I just want to go home. I want to go back to where we come from. And then it's like, wait, what does it say? Oh, I forgot. Oh my God, I love it. Because that's what I say. And then let me turn this ticker off. All right, hold on. Just give me a figure. Banners, ticker, hide. But then this is my next thing. But I forgot I meant to be saving this place, raising the love frequency, and God knows what's up. Oh, this is our life, Jen.
Yep.
I'm here. I'm putting in the time until I'm ready to go home, but I will put in my time here.
We thought this was a good idea. We came here.
The way to know
back in the comments.
Jen, this is known. This planet is definitely known as, obviously one of the harshest and toughest environments out there. But
Dolores Cannon calls it the Earth School.
Yeah. And also, it is the Earth School. And the most lucrative, though, because apparently we're one of the only planets that have our sense awareness as strong as we do, what we can taste and touch and feel. All right, let's see our next one. How my higher self looks like. I actually blocked my ego and learned the lesson. I love it.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh, that's so hard. It's so hard. I call it a sadhana, my spiritual practice. The moment I know my ego's been triggered, which is every day, I'm like, okay, I can meditate through this. I am stronger than this. Clear like water. Who do I have to forgive?
Clear like water.
I need to forgive somebody quickly.
I like to think that that's what my higher self looks like as well.
I love that guy. He's so cute. Aww. All right, let's go this one. When you share a spiritual meaning, but no one gets it, and it's too complicated to explain in a text message. Oh my God, I love it. Maybe
I still feel like this.
I do too.
If you don't get it, you're not going to get it until your next life. And then
I know. I'm kind of the same. I'm like, look, if you don't get it, it's cool, little seedling. You have lots of lifetimes to understand it. Oh, and you know what? I kind of, not that there's anything wrong with the Kardashians or anything, but it's a clear sign if you are invested in some of those, reality shows and whatnot, you have a little bit of growth to do. Sorry, I'm not to crack on the Kardashians for any of you fans out there. All right, last one. And then I'm going to read her reading online. Oh, did she come back or did we miss her? Oh, when you spot another person who is awake and aware. And this is the theme of today, because I just want to see these people everywhere now. And they are everywhere. As long as we know how to find them and, we connect with them, make eye contact with them and be like, we know what side you're working on. You're on our side.
And like you said, we started off the whole conversation with how it's just so normal for us to talk about these things. And there's lots of people. So before I met you and Joe, I had my sister Rachel, but I didn't have a tribe to speak freely. And now it's I'm marrying somebody who channels aliens, channels. So I can have these conversations every day that I forget what it was like to not be able to. So finding other people, finding your tribe gives you that outlet, and making it a lot of, Starbucks and aliens. It's perfect.
Yes. I love it. Starbucks and aliens. And I just want to make it more mainstream,
Right. And comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable. Okay, so we did lose our one girl,
She's
Kim.
there though. She's listening.
Oh, she said she's listening?
Yep, she says she's back. She's in the text.
Okay, awesome.
Kim, just give us a confirmation you're there. I think she is.
Okay.
Yes, she's here.
Okay. So I do see that there's something that needs, one card pulled about some things that need to be let go of in the past. Sometimes things happen and we have a hard time because they can be traumatic to our souls. And we glitch into this past energetic glitch. And then we tend to repeat them. So just make sure that you're letting go of whatever you need to in the past and just really focusing on, love. I do see a relationship being pulled up. I see that there are some kind of ideals and some desires and expectations about what we want from this relationship. And we have, we were raised as Disney princesses. And we are like, where's Prince Charming? Where's my white horse? Where's my castle? We just don't always get that, and I mean that, metaphorically, obviously. So we just want to make sure that we have our expectations in check and make sure that we're not dreaming of something that's just like not there, so just have that relationship in check. But see if you can come on next week, and I'll give you a little bit more in-depth reading. If you can come on. Jen, what's next? What's the date?
The 9th.
We had that first Monday. We were supposed to do an alien talk with Sarah.
Yeah, that's why I thought Sarah was on tonight. I was confused.
Me with time. After I glitched into this weird dimension in the present moment, I don't have times and calendars and.
Yeah, no, it's so hard to keep track.
So your friend is coming on next Monday at 8?
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see what she has to say. She's attuned. She does readings already. She's very far into this work, but she started with numerology and I know nothing about that. So I'm excited to figure out what she's doing with that as well. Kim, just a quick, I know you're there. I was just wanted to throw in there that there's an urgency around what is capturing your mind right now. I don't know. I think it's romantic, but you know the answer to the question and you don't like it. But if you look at it in the sense that the sooner you get away from it, the sooner you can find your real person. That's really where you're at. So you can delay it. You can do what you want to do and stay in it or pursue it. But what really is going to help you find the right person is if you don't. So I don't know if that's relevant, but that's just, I had to put that out there.
All right. Awesome. Janine, thank you for coming on. Drew, love you. Thank you for coming on.
Yay, Drew.
Tim, thank you for coming on. Keep us posted if you want to come on next week. Now, so next week your friend is coming on. That's what we had said, right?
Yes. Yep. And I definitely, we'll be able to make, put like some of her information out ahead of time so that people can kind of see what she does.
Yeah, awesome.
She's read for me amazing. She does mediumship and psychic abilities. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe she'll be able to do some readings then. If we have some people click on, she can do readings for them.
I'll ask her. Maybe she even can show us the numerology too.
Yeah, she can really join us maybe for some readings. Yeah. Always, if you have a story, if you have something fun, I want to hear all about your metaphysical stories. I want to hear about stories of your guides. I want to hear about stories of your loved ones, because every time you tell a story, it makes us seem less weird. Right? You're not alone. We're not these crazy kids out here. We want to hear your stories. I know your guides are talking to you too. I want to hear all about it. All right, here's another thing. Let's see. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm supposed to be mentioning this. YouTube is a great platform for us. If any of you want to switch over to YouTube, or anytime you share this to your story, that helps other people. Maybe they need a reading. It helps us, stay in touch with everyone, and it grows our show. So like, share, subscribe.
Can I share this really quick? Because you just said it. This is a meme I just found that I think is hilarious. I can't screen share, but it says, I'm going to need some of you guys to start getting weirder. I cannot keep pulling all the weight like this. So please join us.
Please. I know we're not alone out here. We want to hear what you have to say. We do. I want to hear all about your guides. I want to hear about the weird stories that you're like, maybe that's my guides. Maybe that's not my guides. Let's talk about it. All right. So we have numerology with Jen's friend next week. And then we're definitely going to have to bring Sarah back on. We missed our alien talk. So I am so sorry.
Love Sarah. She's
so the first Mondays of the month, we are talking aliens. And I'm going on to the Y files and on Dolores, and we'll find some cool alien stories. Because now I've just been on this massive alien kick since we got started with this. So,
the rabbit hole.
I've gone down the rabbit hole. Now it says sponsor. We're not doing sponsorships now, but soon we're going to have a link that's set up where if you like or appreciate our show, you can become a sponsor. $1, $2, $5, anything helps. So that'll be something in the future. Not right now. Right now we're just here. We'll always just be here. But what's cool is that the funds go into a place called One Tribe, which is where it's supporting all of us light workers. So we're going to try to get these funds together and get sponsorships going so that we can support light workers who want to, quit their Starbucks job and join us. That's what we want. I want to support as many light workers as possible to make this their full-time day job. Starbucks has enough baristas. All right, here we go. Like, share, subscribe. Someone asked about a reading. We do have readings. You can contact me or Jen. I got this one. If you want to contact Jen or contact Jennifer Starseed Marie or me at the Kristen O Show at gmail.com. So you guys can share your story, get in touch with us if you want to come on the show. We also, if you want to set up a reading, and we do it live online, we'll go a little bit more in depth. We'll focus just on you. We'll see what we can heal, because anytime you are healing from something, the masses are healing from something. So just remember, everyone's energy is just as valid and important. So with your energy being healthy, we help hundreds of people. We don't know the ripple effect of that. So let us know if you want to come on and share your story or do a reading. We will do that. Let's see. I got this one coming on. I did schedule a reading or energy healing.
Look at you.
I'm learning. All right. Thank you again. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, everyone who is in the chat. So we appreciate it. If you're leaving comments on Facebook, we can't always get to them. Nicole says, Glenn, here we go. Look, we are not alone. Let's see if I can.
I like Nicole's comments.
Glad I'm not alone in this. Thank you. Please come on board. Jen, I love that meme you just said.
Yeah, it's so true. Nicole's joining us. She's stepping up.
Yeah, she's coming out. She's coming out of the spiritual closet.
Joe says I have to come out of the metaphysical closet. That's what he keeps telling me. Just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, and there is a thing. I had to come out. It was so funny. I had to come out of the metaphysical closet and just say, okay, I have to say this out loud. Their voice is speaking to me. I know.
All I had to do was start Jennifer Marie Starseed, and my family's like, did you get married and change your last name? Is Joe's last name Starseed? I'm like, oh no.
I know. My family, yeah. Thankfully, I'm so thankful my sister Taryn watches, which she has always been very this is very foo-foo to her. My dad's like, nope. My little sister Shay is a little, guru with this stuff, but has chosen not to develop it. And my mother's
everybody can do what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. My mother is very powerful. That one is scary. So I'm like, whoa, I do not want to mess with my mom with anything she's scary. I mean, in a great way. She's like, what do we need done in China? Let me know. I got it handled. I'm like, do we need Kim Jong-un taken out of power? I'll meditate with my guys.
She's done this before. She's got some experience.
She does, man. My mom was like, I don't like the neighbor. Now the neighbor's gone. I'm like, Mom, I don't think you can do that. She's like, yes, I can. I can do it. All right, Kim, you want to come back on for 1 second since we popped you off? Let me put you back on.
Hi.
Hey, Kim.
Oh, we can hear you. Perfect. How are you? So are you in a relationship, Kim?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I've been
what we say
37 years.
Awesome. Awesome.
I struggled with, in my heart, I felt like I was drawn to him for a reason. I've helped him through many dark questions and parts of his life. And I truly felt I did it because he needed somebody, or else he would have been lost and ended up much differently. Part of me feels like it's something I was meant to do. And then sometimes I wonder if it's just I'm afraid to let go. And I don't know what the true calling is. And it seems like that surrounds my life. Even now, all my careers have been serving with people, whether it was elders, children. Now I work in the mental health field with families with children with substance abuse, autism, things like that. So I just feel like that's been my life. But with this, because it's been for so long, and it just within the last 10 to 12 years is when it came to light, and I've been helping him through that. And just sometimes I just don't know if I'm doing it for the right reasons or I'm just afraid.
I see some isolation, some real feelings of isolation, whether it's energetically together in life. And I do see that this upcoming path is going to be walked alone. That does not, you'll have to make whatever choices you need to make for your for your life. But moving forward, you're going to really be focusing on yourself right now and regaining that relationship back with yourself, because you've been giving and supporting and to everyone for so long, not only him, but everyone who's around you. You're just a natural empathic caregiver. But what's happened is you've just been trained your whole life to give and give and give and give. And then even at the expense of yourself and the expense of your soul and the expense of your path and the expense of, you're just naturally trained to just give everything. And the thing is they're really saying that the time for that has come to an end. They're asking you to really trust their words moving forward and trust the light and trust the guidance moving forward. And we don't know what that's going to look like. So you want to find your yellow brick road and because you've been like burdened, there's been some real, like, you have to go left, but I don't think you went left fast enough. And, you really should have gone right, but did you really want, go, you didn't even make that right. So there's been a lot of burden on you, a lot of like little nitpicking, a lot of just things are not right. So, but I'm showing that you have an adventure ahead of you. I'm showing that you're actually, you have the potential to flower in this lifetime, to actually be like a spiritual master of sorts, because when you come here and you know that you can heal. Before, so long ago, we didn't have this training. This wasn't mainstream. So had we gotten a hold of you 20 years ago, you'd have a very different path. But we didn't get you 20 years ago. We're getting you now. So you just helped and healed everyone you possibly could, because that's what you came here to do, and you didn't know what else to do. Had we gotten you at 15, 16, 17, we would be like, okay, let's put your skills to use. Let's figure out how many people you can heal, but not at the expense of yourself, which is a new wave of being. So it's time to let go of some of the stuff you need to let go of. And again, they're asking for trust. They're asking for you to trust them in this process and in this journey. Trust your communication, trust your intuition, form that relationship back with yourself. Jen, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I got that. The first thing I got was free will. You have tried for so long to help certain beings who haven't changed their behavior in your life either, like where, you've given all you can and a long time has gone by, but remember there's always free will. So they can choose not to take all the help you've given, and that's their choice. But your choice, and I agree with Kristen, everything she said, I resonated with. I think that the sooner you can be on your own path, the better. And I think the message I got is that the conflict right now is really scary. It's terrifying to even think of. How do you even make a step? How do you do this? How are you going to live with regret your whole life? Like, these are all the things that are running through your head. But the message I got is that you will very quickly even though it's going to suck, like ripping the Band-Aid off, you're very quickly going to have confirmation that it was the right decision. You're never going to doubt it. That's the message I heard. So whatever that means.
Okay, thank you.
And keep in touch with us.
Yeah, let us know. We'll be happy to read you anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And follow the light. Find your teachers. Find your light. Find your happiness.
Trying to learn to listen more. I'm really
You're gonna have a lot of
signs, little things, like my daughter just got married a couple of weeks ago, and I just lost my brother in January, and I lost my mom many years ago. And there was a butterfly on the door that stood the whole morning until we got ready to leave. And that's them, you know?
That's your support team.
I was so sad that my brother was supposed to walk with me down the aisle and he didn't. And I was truly missing him so much in that moment. And it was just so nice to and some people might just say, oh, it just got stuck there. But I really felt like that was somebody there telling me, we're with you,
Yes.
And the little things once in a while that pop up. So I'm looking and I'm trying to learn to listen more.
Good. And every time you see it, instead of listening to anyone else who's like, it was just stuck there, don't put that in your brain at all. X that out and just be like, I know that was you, brother. Thank you so much for showing up. I felt your presence. Thank you for letting me know you're always there for me. Thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for supporting me. I know you're there. And now that's the energy that your brain, and now they can communicate a lot easier to you when you're willing to.
A lot more.
Yeah. The moment they know you're good with it, floodgates are open.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
I'm trying, Will.
Same thing with mom, same thing with your guides, especially moving forward on whatever choices and decisions. You are not alone. You do not have to do any of this by yourself. Rely on your guides. Anything you feel like it's too much for you, give it to them and then trust them to handle it, because they will. Trust me, they will.
Life will get easier.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thanks for coming on. Yay. I'm glad she came on.
I know. I'm glad she got to come on. Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Well, so we will see you next Monday for Jen. What is your friend's name who's coming on?
Cassandra.
All right. Cass, who's doing numerology next weekend. She might be doing a reading or two. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested.
She's a go with the flow girl, so you'll like her a lot.
I've never had any numerology readings. I don't know anything about it. So that's awesome. I look forward to it. Okay, cool. So that will be next week. And then we're here Mondays at 7. Joseph will pop on here or there, but if we know Joseph's coming, we'll make sure to let you know. So that way you can pop on and talk to Joseph. And then, okay, I think that's it. Hang on. And Jen, hang on for after the show so we can chat for a little bit.
Cool.
Don't disappear.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys. Love you. Have a great week. Don't be nice to your neighbors.
Just pick up the garbage.
Pick up the garbage and love it. And thank your hands for picking it up. All right, guys. Love you. See you next week. Do it.
Welcome to the Mind, Body, and Soul Recording. For access to all of Joseph's books, audiobooks, affirmation recordings, and spiritual tools, go to ourjourneyoflife.com. And remember, enjoy the journey. Recording 1, Healing of the Body. As you listen to the recording repeatedly, aches and pains will begin to subside as they will disappear throughout the day. Many suffering from illness say that after listening to the recordings for a few days, the illness had subsided until their body had made a complete recovery. Other people have received miraculous healings of major diseases, physical trauma, aches and pain, helping to cope with addictions along with receiving spiritual balance for a healthy mind, body, and soul. Healing of the mind. Many have found inner peace, tranquility, and happiness while in the presence of the divine masters that works through Joseph. You will find peace, joy, and happiness as you start to release tension, anger, depression, and sadness. You will find clarity. You will make life decisions that are good for you, and you will be able to forgive and let go of all of your fears. Healing of the soul. Open up spiritually and awaken and unlock your psychic, healing, and channeling abilities. The affirmations will help you have a closer connection with God by feeling God's forgiveness, compassion, and love, making your connection an unforgettable memory.